Coach, a lot of chances in the game, but in the end, 1-1. What's your assessment of the game?
There was some stuff we liked, some stuff we didn't like. We thought in the first half we weren't just moving the ball quick enough. You know, we said to the guys at half time that, look, if you're a more direct team trying to play on the counter attack or long ball, you don't notice the sharpness as much. And let's be honest, all teams are getting their sharpness in the first few weeks of the season still against top competition. And when you're a pass and move team like we are, you can notice when it's not quite at 100%. And I think we noticed that today because Sofapaka are organised. You know, they get in behind well, they catch you on the counter-attack well, and so we were frustrated in the first half not to really create the chances we wanted to create. And then we've conceded a really sloppy goal, you know, an own goal off a long throw. You know, we need to be better. Our positioning needs to be better in terms of going to attack that ball rather than backpedaling like Jeffrey was. And, you know, it's one of those ones. But in the second half, I thought we were a lot better and we created better chances. You know, and yeah, I thought we did better and we could have won it in the end. Obviously, Benson's had a great chance. Look, if anyone was at this game last year, it's almost a carbon copy. How Austin should have had a penalty last year, this is a definite foul and a penalty before we did get the one off Sibomana's cross. So I thought we weren't quite at 100% yet. It's coming, there's no doubt about that. The game probably went the way Sofapaka wanted it to frustrate us, to get a goal in the counter-attack or a mistake by us, and then for them to sit in and try and park the bus and play on the counter-attack. So I think a draw is probably a fair result, but we're a little bit disappointed not to win it right at the end.
It's still early days, but where would you rate your team in terms of getting into it? From what scale of 1 to 10, where are you right now?
I think probably because we made a few late signings. If you notice our signings, we signed in the midfield and in the defensive areas early. And we were trying to secure some offensive options. And the first ones we wanted, we didn't quite get for one or two reasons. Some took a little bit longer. For Sibomana, we've been trying to get that deal done for a month or so. And our attacking options really, Sibomana arrived at 8 p.m. last night. He played that 30 minutes without having trained with the team at all. He met his teammates this morning. So I think you can see the quality we've brought in the offensive line. Young Rogers Magisha didn't get off the bench today. Chris came in, Chris Ocheng, but they all arrived in the last 3 days. And so I think Lindsay, we're going to have to go and really work for it, and it's another game we know we can take maximum points if we play at our best. But then I think it's going to be nice to have that international break to really get the guys up and be at 100% sharpness. But we're getting there, and I think you can see it's not that we didn't create chances in the second half. We created them. We just were a little bit not on the mark at finishing them.
We saw new signings being unveiled today, but we didn't see Gad, we didn't see Emery, and we didn't see Cad. What's their status?
Yeah, so I think so. All of them are injuries of different types. Gad had some minor surgery recently. He was at training yesterday, but he's probably another week or 2 weeks away from training, if I'm completely honest, which means he's probably 6 or 7 weeks away from playing, would be my honest assessment of Gad. It's just slow. He's at the training ground, but he just can't, because it's some small surgery he had on his chest, he can't dive, he can't make saves, and we've got to let it heal properly. For Emery, he landed awkwardly in the 3rd week of pre-season, and just a little bit of a knee injury. We're hoping probably after the international break. It's another 2 weeks and that'll take us into the international break. And Kadu, unfortunately, took a really bad tackle in our pre-season game against Bidco and actually tore his MCL ligament, which is the ligament on the outside of your knee. Now, it heals naturally. He's already feeling no pain. He's going to start doing his gym program this week, and we think it's another 3 weeks away. Because it's like, if you're going to tear something in your knee, make it the MCL. The other ones are serious. The MCL, usually 4 to 6 weeks. So we're thinking they're going to be, after the international break, they should either be back or close to being back. Gad, a little bit longer away.
Coach, I've seen less of long balls, like when Gad was present, Nanga was present, also by Senge a bit of long balls. Are we looking forward to see a new style of play from Gor Mahia?
I think it's just more variation. That's the key. It's not about playing one way or another. What we actually said at half time was in the first half, Sofapaka were actually pressing us a little bit more, and so the space was behind their back line, and so we might have benefited from trying to clip some balls in behind them in the first half. That obviously wasn't the case in the second half because they dropped a lot deeper and played in a low block. But it's not about having one way or the other. It's about the players being intelligent enough to see where's the space on the field. If it's in front of you, play short. If it's behind their defensive line, can you put it in behind? I think you've seen someone like Sibomana, like Masharia, like Boniface Omondi, and even young Rogers Magisha, when you finally see them, they've got pace to get in behind if that's required. So it's about having a variance. But yeah, I like young Caleb's very confident at playing with the ball. Sylvester and Joshua, they're all young men. They're all under 21, but they're super confident. Now, they'll make some mistakes along the way, but we're growing them, and they're all going to be real top players in the years to come.
Finally, Coach, what are you hoping to see from the young goalkeeper now in stepping up in the presence of Gor Mahia?
Well, I thought he had a really good game today. He's made some really good saves. There's been a few times they've caught us on the counter a little bit. He's made a really good save coming out of his goal in the first half. He swept up well. You can see he likes being a bit further off his line than Gad does, playing that sort of sweeper keeper that you see from Ederson and Alisson. He's a really talented goalkeeper. There will be, I think he's been a bit unfortunate in the Charity Shield, a goal where the wall needs to do better, and I don't think you can blame him. And again today, it's an own goal. He's at full extension after it comes off Jeffrey's head, so another one that he really can't do anything about. But the rest of them I thought he did really well with. So he'll grow with confidence, but we've also got to be patient with young men.